You know that feeling when you fall down an internet rabbit hole, you're just chasing one question after another? Well, it turns out that's a universal feeling. And today, we are going to break down the fascinating science behind that powerful, powerful urge.
Yeah, seriously, think about it. It's the middle of the night. You know you should be sleeping, but suddenly you just have to know the average flight speed of an unladen swallow. I mean, where does that powerful, that almost irresistible urge come from?
Well, that powerful need to know, that little itch in your brain that you just can't scratch until you find the answer, that has a name. It's curiosity. And look, it's not just some personality quirk. It's a fundamental part of being human. But what if I told you it's way, way more important than just a fleeting feeling? That's right. This isn't just about satisfying some random whim. That deep-seated need to learn and explore, it's actually a core evolutionary tool. I mean, think about it. For our ancestors, the unknown could be really dangerous. The ones who were driven to figure out, hey, what's making that sound over in the bushes? Well, those were the ones who survived. So to really understand how our brains are still running that ancient software, we've got to look inside. Okay, so let's dive right in. First up, why does curiosity feel so satisfying? It really all comes down to some brilliant chemical engineering that's happening inside your own head.
So whenever your curiosity gets sparked, your brain triggers the exact same neural pathways that light up for other awesome things. Like eating a fantastic meal or someone giving you a great compliment. Your brain is literally hardwired to reward you for being inquisitive. And the star of this whole show? It's a little chemical called dopamine. When you finally track down the answer to that question that's been bugging you, your brain releases a hit of it. And that creates this feeling of pleasure, of satisfaction. It's literally your brain saying, yes, that was good, do that again. This whole process is what's known as the curiosity loop. So here's how it works. It all starts with what scientists call an information gap. That's that feeling you get when you realize there's a space between what you know and what you want to know. That gap, it creates an urge, right? A need to seek out the answer. And when you find it, bam, your brain releases that dopamine. And the whole act of learning feels amazing. And that right there creates this awesome positive feedback loop that just makes you want to keep on exploring. But okay, the rewards don't just stop at feeling good. Oh no. Curiosity also has a pretty profound effect on one of the brain's most important jobs, making memories. So picture this. While your brain's reward system is all lit up, another super important part of your brain is also getting a major boost. Yep, research shows that when you're in that curious state, your hippocampus totally kicks into high gear.
And just as a quick refresher, the hippocampus is basically the memory-making hub of your brain. And when it gets activated by that state of curiosity, it just becomes way more efficient at its main job, which is encoding new information and filing it away as a long-term memory.
And the difference this makes? Oh, it's absolutely profound. Think about it. When you're genuinely curious about something, your brain is just primed to learn. The information actually sticks. Now compare that to being forced to study a topic you find totally boring. It's a struggle, right? That's because without that spark of curiosity, your brain's whole memory-making machine just isn't fully engaged. So the big takeaway here is that curiosity is basically a learning superpower. Okay, so this brings us to a really fun way this whole science plays out in real life. Have you ever wondered why it's so hard to put down a good mystery novel? Or why you just have to watch the next episode of a show after a huge cliffhanger? Well, it all comes right back to that information gap we were just talking about. A great storyteller is a master at creating these gaps. They give you a puzzle, like who's the killer, or what's going to happen next, and your brain becomes absolutely desperate to fill in those missing pieces. And you see this playing out everywhere, right? Binge watching an entire series, carefully filling in a crossword puzzle, or even just eagerly waiting for the sequel to your favorite movie. All of these things, they're all driven by that same powerful, dopamine-fueled desire to resolve the uncertainty and close that information gap. Okay, so we've seen how curiosity works on a personal level, right? It makes learning feel good, it helps us remember stuff, but now let's zoom way out. Because the implications of this one simple brain function are, well, they're absolutely massive. So when you feel that little spark of curiosity, it's not just some random impulse. I want you to think of it more like a biological push notification, straight from your brain's operating system. And what's the message in that notification? It's a deep primal instinct that's been honed over thousands and thousands of years.
It's telling you that this new piece of information could actually be valuable for your survival, for your well-being. It's an internal signal that's basically shouting, hey, pay attention.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. That one simple instinct, that need to know what's over the next hill, or to understand why the seasons change, or to just figure out how something works. That is the engine that has driven all of human progress. Every single invention, every scientific discovery, every piece of art. It all started with someone's brain just going, I wonder.
So the next time you feel that urge to Google something random at 2 in the morning, don't just dismiss it. I want you to recognize that you are tapping into the very same force that built civilizations. The only question left is, what will your curiosity uncover next?